Hi guys, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. My channel is all about makeup and makeup tutorials, so if that interests you, then be sure to subscribe. So this is just a fall look that I created. I used the Tarte Juicy Palette. This is very highly requested on my channel because I have a few tutorials using this palette, and I thought this is like a perfect spring palette, but some of these shades in here are just absolutely perfect for fall. So I went ahead and created this all matte brown, can be everyday eye look. And then this is a full face tutorial. So I have some glowy skin, a mauve berry blush, and a pink brown nude lip. So this is like one of my favorite fall looks. It's just like the whole matte eye, like a berry cheek, a shimmery glow, and a pink nude lip. That's just like a look I really like to wear during the fall. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. So first I'm going to go with the primer. I'm going with the Fenty primer. I'm going to take 1.5 pumps. And I'm going to massage this all over. Sometimes I feel like this primer can make my skin oily, but I think it's perfect because we're getting cooler weather, so my skin's really working with it. But I'm an oily skin girl, and sometimes this primer makes my skin oily and sometimes it doesn't. But I really like it as a primer. I feel like it's really hydrating and like makes my skin so soft, and it's like the perfect base to put a foundation on. So I'm gonna go with my current favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I am going with the shade Fair Beige. And then I'm gonna go in with this primer. This is like a Soft Sun Radiant Skin. It's a shimmery primer by the brand Basca Beauty. I got this on a BoxyCharm. It's supposed to be a primer, but I don't really like it by itself because it's very shimmery, and I just think it'd be really nice with a foundation. So this is a brush by Merit. It's actually an Allure Beauty Award winner, and it's like the softest brush ever. I used this in my last video. So this is an Allure winning brush. It is so soft, and when I read the reviews, it was like, oh, this is like the softest brush ever. I love this brush. It was like highly rated, and I was just like, okay, how soft could this brush be? It's very soft. The reviews were dead on. It's a fantastic brush. A little pricey, but it's worth it because it's very soft. And nothing is more annoying when I'm doing someone's makeup and they're like, oh, the brush kind of like is scratchy, you know? Because no one wants a scratchy brush. Easy and quick. Just gonna briefly go over my eyelids. I'm definitely gonna conceal these with some concealer and primer. Usually I just go with the concealer for primer, but today I'm gonna use my P. Louise primer. I love that primer. It's a really good eyeshadow primer. Concealer, I'm going in with Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Warm Macadamia. I'm gonna put this right here in my inner corner. I'm running low on this concealer, it's so good. And I'm gonna just bring it up over here. And any areas that need more coverage. I have a little blemish there. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. I'm just gonna blend that in with a small sponge. Running out of my, I'm really bummed because I'm running out of my L'Oreal Halo Glow setting powder. Just gonna see if there's anything left. Able to get a little bit of that powder. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma F35 and just pat that underneath my eye. Setting that, this is my favorite under eye setting powder. It's a drugstore and it's just so good. I love this powder. To set my face, I'm going in with Bakery Beauty's Flour. This is an oat. It's a very fine, good setting powder, so I'm going to set my whole face with that. Alright, so I just looked it up and that powder has no flashback, but I feel like I see a little flashback, but it might just be the screen. So I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. I'm gonna try out this iconic London medium bronze bronzer, JH02 bronzing brush. It's very nice because it's blending out without like an overkill. You know, I was kind of scared to use this dark over bronze, but so far so nice. Much smaller or much lighter bronzer. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer in 001. I'm gonna do a little nose contour. I think I used highlighter on this brush before, so I have this like highlight going on. It's absolutely not what I wanted to do, but I'm just gonna have to roll with it. Oh well. And that's that. My brows. I'm gonna go with the CoverGirl brow pencil in the shade Soft Brown. Yeah, this brow pencil is like the only thing I've been buying lately. I have not bought a high-end brow pencil in a while. The CoverGirl brow pencil is just very good. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows, following my natural curve. I'm gonna apply some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This brow gel is amazing. I've tried to find some that are similar to this. The Makeup Revolution brow gels are really good. But yeah, this one's just so good. I'm gonna go with some blush. I'm gonna go with this fall blush. This is in the shade Halo. This is by, I never say this name right, and everybody kind of corrects me and I still can't say it right. Kayat London. And it's like this marble berry shade. So I'm gonna go in with a blush brush, really get some of that pigment, and just tap it. So pretty, so fall. I love it. So shimmery. I know like the whole blush trend is to like bring it up, but I feel like on me it just looks so much better when I put it in the center. Everyone's face is a little different, which is why if someone does their makeup a certain way and it doesn't look good on you, it's just because you have different, you know, shaped faces. But definitely have that fall mauve berry sunburnt look, and I love it. I got this palette from BoxyCharm. It's like a highlighting palette, and there's so many pretty shades in here, and I really wanted to go with this gold, so I'm gonna do like a goldish brown look, but like none of these colors are fitting for this look. So I'm gonna go with this Essence highlighter. This is a drugstore Essence highlighter, and Be My Highlight. This is really hyped up and popular for a very good reason. It's very smooth, very pretty, very natural and subtle. So I'm just gonna go with the highlighting brush and make sure I get a good amount of this and just highlight some, since that blush already had some highlight in it, but I'm gonna be super, super glowy. I'm gonna bring that up on my forehead, on my chin, a little bit on my nose, like that. I'm going in with the Tarte Juicy Palette. I got a lot of comments asking for a tutorial with this palette, and this is what she looks like. She's a beautiful, pretty pink nude palette. This came out in the spring. This is like a perfect spring palette. However, I think there's so many good shades in this palette for fall, so I'm just gonna do like a matte brown, possibly some shimmer look. But first I'm gonna prime my eyes with, first I'm gonna prime my eyes with the P. Louise Rumor 02 primer. This stuff is super opaque. It's a really good primer. Highly recommend it. I bought my tube. I mean, this could be expired. I bought this a while ago, but it has lasted me like so much because all you need is like the smallest amount. It cover ups all your eye veins, your eyeshadows stick. It looks fantastic. So I just like to warm it up on my two fingers, get it nice and then I'm gonna blend it out with a brush, which I usually don't do, but since I did my brows already and everything, I just gotta, you know, make sure it's like, bring a little sponge, just kind of pack it on, pick up some excess. I'm gonna use a sponge, just pack it on and pick up the excess product. Just like that, you know, starting out with a really good eyeshadow base. So next, I'm just gonna apply this to my other eye. The sponge and just pat it out. Then with the brush, translucent powder, same thing, pat it on. And now it is time for the eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is actually my favorite. Eyeshadow is my favorite makeup to play with. I love eyeshadow. I'm addicted to buying eyeshadow palettes. I like to also buy lip products, but I love eyeshadow more than anything. On a very fluffy blending brush. This is the JH32 by Morphe. And I'm gonna go in with Fresh Start, which is that middle neutral shade right there. Tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna blend that into my crease, bringing it up pretty high and just blending it out. I'm very excited because I cleaned my brushes, so I have some pretty clean brushes to work with, which is very exciting. We go over to the other eye and carve out my crease, blending out and up. I love blending. I will spend forever blending. I think that's what makes looks look so good and complete, is that you just sit there and blend and blend and blend. Sometimes I overblend, like darker colors, they won't even be there because I've blended them out so much. But yeah, just blending. It's so therapeutic. I love it. A smaller E17 brush by ColourPop. ColourPop has amazing brushes. Charmed, just that darker matte brown. And I'm just gonna blend in the outer upper crease. Right, like that. Bringing it in a little bit, but making sure it stays on the outer half. And we go into the other eye. You know, it's always like one eye just blends out so much easier than the other eyes. Just like that. Just make sure they match. And then a smaller Essence Smoky brush. Essence has some really good brushes as well. Smaller Essence brush. I'm gonna go in with the shade Grounded, this darkest brown matte. That's actually not the darkest, it's the second darkest. I'm just gonna take that and brush out my outer V here. And bring this down and around. The shade's actually blending out really nice for a darker shade. I remember last time when I was filming a tutorial with this, I felt like there was a few shades that didn't blend out as easy. But no, I'm pretty impressed so far with these. I really hope I'm not following the same tutorial I did. I don't think I did like a matte brown smoky look, but you never know. Love how those blended together. Very nice. Just gonna blend over here now. Also, this brush is like always so reliable. This Essence brush that was like $2.99. It's working so well. Love it when you find affordable gems. So just like that. Oh my gosh, I love the way this looks. I want to wear a green dress. Like I want to wear a green emerald dress. And I just can't find any. But anyway, I think this eye look would look phenomenal with an emerald dress. Phenomenal. I always want to film when I get ready for like an event. But like, it's just too hard because I'm not even going to be in town. I'm going to be in Ohio. So I just find it easier to like film when I have time to film and take my time. So I'm really loving this. Like a small shader brush, and I just want to go in with the matte shades Happiness and Wishful. Just blend that in here, brighten up this area, you know? I wasn't filming, but what I did was patted on the white, you know, took the ColourPop E17, went back in with Charmed, and I just kind of drug them together like that in the center. Took that middle brown shade and just blended out the white with the dark. Now I'm gonna go back on my Essence brush, back in with the shade Grounded, and I'm just gonna bring that, you know, back to the darkness, back to the outer V. Guys, I am so impressed with how well these shades are blending. I know someone commented and said that they like don't sell this palette anymore, which I'm surprised, very surprised. But they do have like a smaller version of it, so you can always check that out. But 17 in the shade Charmed, which is over here, and I'm gonna do my under eye. And I'm just really gonna warmthen up the entire bottom lash line. Like that. And like that. I'm so in love with the way this is turning out. So pretty. Just like that. Back in with the Smoky Essence brush in the shade Grounded, which is the second darkest brown shade. And I'm gonna go in with and blend out the outer V. Just a tad. And I love the way this looks from the side. It's like so well blended. Guys, these matte shades, sometimes Tarte, you know, sometimes their shadows just aren't that good. Sometimes. However, you know, I'm really impressed with how this turned out. Really impressed. The whole thing actually, like with the blushy blush and everything, I don't know. I'm really digging this look. I'm gonna take this Essence highlight. I'm gonna go with the smaller shade brush, JH42, and I'm going to blend this to my inner corner. And I'm actually gonna, you know what, I'm gonna get a little crazy here and just highlight my brow bone with that as well. Just like that, you know? So before I do any eyeliner or mascara or anything like that, I'm gonna spray some setting spray. I got some of the Tarte Moroccan Miracle Mist setting spray. Some nude eyeliner. This is the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Auto Liner in the shade Super Bright. I'm just gonna apply this to my bottom waterline. And actually a really helpful hint is to make this last. You can set it with a whiter eyeshadow, but I'm just gonna go with, it looks like it's setting pretty well. I'm going with a light coat of mascara because I'm applying some false lashes, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna go in with any false lashes because I'm really digging how good my lashes look with just mascara. And yeah, I just feel like might as well just go with the natural lashes. I'm really not a huge fan of this mascara. I prefer my Essence one that's much cheaper. But I just saw this one. I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna use it. And surprised how well it has volumized my lashes. In all honesty. I'm gonna go with my KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade Classic Kim. And then I'm going to go in with a very controversial lipstick. This is the the Jaclyn Hill lipstick in the shade As If. I still use mine because I've never had any issues with it. I actually really like the shade and everything about it, but I know it's very controversial. But anyway, I still like mine. And I really like this mixed with a brown lip liner. Like a very nude lipstick. This is Maybelline's Bare All. I'm just going to pat this in the center to create an ombre effect. And that has actually been my favorite lip combos I've been wearing for a while now. And it's super easy, and I just like the nude brown pink look. And so that completes this look. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe.